Hello, and welcome to the Finny Games. It's your host, BBG, aka BrokeBlackGamer. What's good, my BGs? Today I just wanted to make a quick and simple short video, just going over and addressing the Nvidia fanboys. Nvidia fanboys, I know a simple marketing structure like 80 class and 90 class and 70 class. I am well aware that a 70 class card should be compared to a 70 class card, and a 60 class card should be compared to a 60 class card. However, I keep getting comments like these, and these kind of comments are very annoying. I obviously know what a 80 class card is, and that it isn't comparable to a 90 class card in regards of saying there should be a generational leap where the 80 class card should be somewhat relative to the 90 class cards. So for example, if someone says that the 80 Ti class card should be relative in performance to a 90 class card or Titan card, they are not referring to a base 80 class card. We're referring to the 80 Super and 80 Ti class cards. In the past, they have been more relative in performance. I don't know how many trips I have to take y'all to memory lane for the Nvidia fanboys to see this pattern. Again, the 1080 Ti and the Titan X were relative in performance. The 2080 Ti and the Titan RTX were relative in performance. The 3080 Ti and the 3090 were relative in performance. The 4080 Super did not offer a substantial jump to decrease the gap between the 4080 and the 4090. The 4080 Super and now even the 5080 have not done that, and the 5080 being an even worse offense and not even surpassing the previous 90 class flagship card being the RTX 4090. Jensen said that the 1080 Ti pretty much was a mistake and it was too much value to performance because the 1080 Ti was essentially a Titan for $700 something. But then they gave us a 280 Ti, which was relative in performance, and the price did jump up to about $1,200 for the 80 Ti class card. So we were paying a lot more money for our 80 Ti class cards, and then the 3080 Ti, when that came out, like, it was pretty much impossible to get, and that was actually the first, that was the only 80 Ti slash Super card that I skipped because I do like just to have them for collector's purposes. I am a 80 Ti class niche gamer, and we were destroyed with the 4080 Super. That's when this whole thing was done away with, and that is when we received our first 80 base class card for over $1,000 after tax. It was more than that. So Nvidia fanboys, like, when I tell you that the 80 Ti class card is not what it used to be, it just simply isn't. You can get into the different uses of dies. You can break it down into dollar for FPS. You can break it down into price versus performance. You can compare and cross segment between generation and generation. And you can easily see that the 40 series cards were the first cards were the 80 class Super card, and the 90 class card had such a huge margin, and it continues into the 50 series cards. So Nvidia fanboys, if you are on a 30 series card or older, you are not getting what you used to get when you get a 80 Super class or 80 Ti class card. It will no longer be the same. You're going to overpay for a base 80 class card. I never purchased base 80 class cards because I wanted more bang for my buck, and that Ti class card was a perfect bang for your buck. But again, that is now gone. It is dead and it has been buried, and that is unfortunate. But I don't understand why people continue to defend this. And another thing too is all tech people who review these GPUs, they aren't all gamers. So when I use my 4080 Super, I actually do have a lot of fun with the card. It's a beast. It is more powerful than a 3090 Ti. It just has less VRAM. The 40 Super was better in performance than the last previous card, and so was the 4080. The base 4080 was more impressive than the 3090 Ti flagship. But for the first time, this new 5080 will not be more powerful than the 4090 the previous flagship card of last generation. So that means that the 80 series of now is even worse than it was before. So every year they cut the 80 class cards down a little bit further, and this is why we tell you all that they are not what they were before. So what I was saying about not all tech people are actually gamers, but it's important because they're letting us know that we are paying more for the same product, substantially more, which is why it's important to pay attention to these tech channels. And the influencers have been annoying because they're just going to talk about cards that none of us have, which are going to be the 90 class cards, because they're all these influencers are using these as like a benchmark, and it's just annoying now because none of us have something relative to that anyway. Like, I know personally, when I see 5090 reviews and I just see content creators talking about 5090, I don't care because it's impossible to get one, and even if I did, I'm not paying $3,000+. That's all I wanted to say today. So please stop coming into my comment section. This video is for Nvidia fanboys. If you're not an Nvidia fanboy, you know who you are. This wasn't made for you. This is for the plethora of Nvidia fanboys who come into the comment section trying to justify these markups. It's atrocious. Please stop doing that. Do it somewhere else. You're free to leave these comments in my comment sections, but Nvidia fanboys, please just know, like, you guys will be the only people I don't respond to unless I'm in a witty mood. All right, goodbye. The fitting games are over. To all of the new Nvidia fanboys who've come to my channel, I always show these graphs and these charts for the Nvidia fanboys so they can see that they are actually being ripped off and their 80 Super is not what it once used to be. And whether we get an 80 series Ti or 80 series Super this year, just be prepared that it will not be relative to a Ti or Titan in performance. I just want to lay that on thick today. So again, here's the chart for the 1080 Ti and the RTX Titan in performance. See how relative they were? Again, see the 280 Ti and the Titan RTX, see how relative they are, and see how relative the 3090 is to the 3080 Ti. And the 40 Super, the 4080 Super, and the 4090 will have the same extreme gap. And you best believe that when the 5080 Super or the 5080 Ti, whatever they call it, it will not be more powerful or relative in performance, not even close to the 5090. And you can it might not even be as good as the 4090. I think that it will be, but it might not be. So let's just wait and see. Thank you.